Yes, it's 5:31 actually, according to my computer.
All right.
Make the motion to approve the meeting minutes of July 6th.
Second that. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
There was only one non-public meeting and I looked at the folder. I thought I saw two.
It's
So
only one.
there's only one. Yeah.
Make a motion to approve the non-public meeting of July 6th.
I'll second that. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
A motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second that. Any additions,
No,
deletions?
no.
Okay. Any discussion? Hearing none, those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Public input.
Not seeing any.
Nobody online?
Nobody online.
Ooh.
Take a motion to adjourn. Wait a minute, guys. None?
It'll take you a while to drag it out to 7 o'clock.
Yeah. Anybody online?
No, sir. Not yet.
Okay, so we got the letter from Larry Antonuck.
I move to accept the resignation of Larry Antonuck from the Red Trail Advisory Committee.
Second that, those in favor?
Aye.
Payroll of insurance requirements for working home.
Been paid by the committee for the Keene traffic detail up there.
2012 or whatever. No, I don't think so.
Huh, that's interesting.
It'd be a hard no. I don't know about their state committee, but the GOP state committee carries insurance for us.
Oh, okay, yeah. 'Cause I knew you guys.
So we have a waiver, you know, it's not a waiver, certificate.
So your
Yeah,
state
we read
committee, your state committee covers it.
Yeah.
I can let her know that.
And they should too. They'd have it. I think in the past, she probably was just putting it on her homeowners.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't need to do that. The state will do it.
So what you're,
I move to deny the request to waive liability insurance.
second that? Would you say that she could go under her?
The state committee.
or
So
state-
she has been doing it, by the sound of her email, it almost sounded like she's been doing it on her homeowners as rider, I guess you'd call it.
Which some people do for,
Right.
you know, baby showers or whatever.
But she can do it under
From a
the
state committee basis?
state Democrat committee,
Oh, yeah.
as the Republicans do it for the town Republican committee, so I'm sure she can get it done for the state.
All right. Those in favor?
I,
Aye.
One other brief non-public, not non-public, new business, Ken. Primex is looking for updated, they don't call it multi-year agreements, they call it contribution assurance program, which limits our increases year to year for property and workers' comp insurance. So we've shopped around in the past. I think it's worth sticking with them. So take us through 2025. For a motion to approve that.
I'll make the motion.
I'm sorry, is this on the list?
No, it's not. Sorry, I
Oh, I'm
forgot to
sorry,
list
so
it.
Primex,
Primex contribution assurance program
Second that.
agreement through 2025,
what, 20?
through 2025 for property insurance and workers' comp.
I think I just saw in Keene's packet, they just did it last week, I think.
Yeah.
All right, so motions were made and seconded. All in favor?
I,
Aye.
Thank you.
I approve you.
I appreciate it. We won't have to roll bill out for that.
You already filled the rail trail committee, huh?
Phew, smooth operation over there.
All right, do you need a motion for her or not?
Sure.
I'll make the motion to appoint Cindy Cordis for the Rail Trail Advisory Committee, term ending town meeting 2024.
All right. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Withdrawal requested. Johnson Bridge.
Yeah, it doesn't really require any action. It's just kind of keep it consistent. Someone's reading the minutes in the future that, you know, based on the structural issues or structural limitations, and then their caterer also fell through, so they're withdrawing that event request.
Did I read in the engineer's report that 50 would be a limit with no dancing?
No, it said it was valid for 3 tons, which to me is 6,000 pounds, right? And the evaluation was 10,000 pounds, which would be over 50.
Right.
So, and he said, I mean, I read it as though he said you should stick to,
25.
yeah, I mean, you can't do
Well,
that,
and
really.
factor in tables,
You
and
should
so you
factor
gotta
in
keep it,
tables and so,
and then dancing, with jarring,
yeah.
so.
So it's only 6,000 pounds it's rated for. It's not very much.
Well,
But it's not 6,000 pounds. I mean, it would be spread across the whole
Well,
thing
that's
as
true.
10, because 6,000 starts here and rolls across.
Right. But does that mean you can have 2 cars or 3 cars on the bridge at the same time, say where they were, you know, close together?
They shouldn't.
No, I know
I
they
always
shouldn't.
wait
but-
for
They
the-
It shouldn't, but they do.
but it happens. all
Yeah,
the
would it
time.
hold it? I think it
Oh,
would
yeah.
hold 3 cars close together.
Probably hold about 50,000 pounds.
Well, so why is this engineer saying what he's saying now?
Because long term, you know, it's just wear and tear on the bridge.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Plus the fact it's posted.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
So we're
it
kind of
makes
back
sense.
And
where we
nothing in
started.
tow.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh, factor in trailers
Don't get
or
me
toes.
all right, what else you got?
You can now have Keno at convenience stores and stuff,
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Oh, you don't have to vote for it?
Well, we already voted for it, so now it's just expanded. Then I just stuck it in here, mostly it was kind of irrelevant to you guys, but the email we got from Cordell, just, I mean, I don't know if we'll see it on the bill, I guess that might change my interest in it, but I just thought that was nice that he's proactive in sending us some of the legislative changes, so.
It's just part of his.
Yeah, I assume it's something he
Contract with us.
does to all his clients, so just kind of letting us know, and so I thought it was good.
I've often, I've enjoyed talking with him anytime that I've seen him. Good man.
He knew he was Facebook friends with you, so.
Well, if you win the 650 Mega Millions, hire him as your lawyer.
To
Help
defend
you wade through.
from all your new relatives.
You wade through all the donations you're gonna make to the town. And the water precinct.
Tax deductible. You're gonna need some deductions.
God,
Only a couple $100 million worth.
Deductions, yeah.
so are we done?
I got a non-public.
Oh.
Before you go there, did you mention to the board about the new land use laws that are taking effect in August? Just so that they're-
Yeah, that's what I was just
Oh,
referencing
is
was
that
that,
what
yeah,
you're doing?
sorry, yeah, that letter from Cordell. And then I saw you and Sarah corresponding about, you're gonna try to do a
Yeah, I'm
training
gonna
too.
attend that webinar because I don't know how. So the ZBA, for example, one of the criteria that they have to assess is whether the use would be obnoxious. Now, that's a subjective term. You can't weigh or measure with a fact unless you have noise, then you could do it with a decibel level, okay, but how do you guys?
Well, if you have, I think if you have public come out and speak against it, because they would find it obnoxious. You know, the
Yes, you could,
butters,
you could, but I
that would
suppose,
count as fact.
I suppose the fact would have to be 35 people who are opposed, neighbors who are opposed, that would, I mean, they're asking for factual evidence, that's what I'm referring to. Not just opinion.
As a concert, we actually had a pretty good split between positive and
against.
negative, yeah, so I would say that will count as obnoxious, but you know, we could say the decimal.
Problem is, having factual evidence for every piece of that checklist that they use.
Now, will your minutes count as a written
I think the-
decision, or does
Yeah. they have to-
ZBA have to write the decision?
No, the minutes count as a legal document in support of the decision, but within the decision, the board has to say, these are the factual reasons why we're denying this. It's not a factor really when they approve, it's not likely to be an appeal, but if they deny, I don't know how they can find factual.
Gives the attorney something to go on. Or the housing use board.
You know, the people are under somewhat of a
housing use.
disadvantage. So a developer comes in and then one of the questions is devaluating the nearby property, neighboring properties, you know, will the value of the property go down? Well, most citizens have the foggiest. All they know is anecdotal evidence about, oh, I think my house value will go down. And they don't have any facts. Whereas a developer often has a real estate person come in and say, this development will increase the value of your neighborhood. You know, so they're at a disadvantage because people don't, ordinary citizens don't go and ask for evaluations. So this,
Especially when you can get professional opinions for either side.
but the
Just have to
people,
pay
the
for
normal,
it. Right.
well, the normal,
Yeah.
you know, the normal neighbor who is questioning a development project is not going to be thinking about going to get a professional opinion. So it's a little bit difficult for our citizens to
Money
be
talks.
that factual, you know what I mean? They'll
Right.
say, oh, I think that's gonna lower the valuation of my problem, but if you have to have a fact to support that, there won't be any.
Right, they have to value expert opinion, right? Yeah,
There's no counter. to
Right.
it, Right.
if it's an expert and then a layman, they have to
Right,
take the
and
expert
so
opinion.
it's- anyway, I'm looking forward to taking the webinar, because I think there'll be a lot of questions like that.
Yes,
Okay, so you gotta,
it's for B for hiring.
And you're going in it now, let's see, it's 5:43, my goodness, this is gonna be,
Make a motion, we go into non-public
okay.
under B for hiring.
Yep.
Second.
Colby,
I,
Karazinski,
I
don't worry, Beth, we'll pay you for